No, we don't use bleach. We use sodium hypochlorite. And yo, what up guys? Mike here. Entrepreneur Army and Brooklyn in the house. Brooklyn in the house. We got Brooklyn in the house. We got Brooklyn in the house. We got Brooklyn in the house. Turn it up! Turn it up! Hey folks, Rob Anderson, Clean Power Wash, Salisbury, Maryland. Just in case the other camera isn't recording audio, the steepness of this roof is pretty intense. Whoa. So hopefully that I have a camera down there. Actually, it's not really important for the audio. I just said a few things in the beginning. Hopefully it came in. If not, it's going to be doing like a time lapse here. So that's what we got today, folks. Got Anthony down here. He's rinsing. He's my main man. So hopefully we get rolling. Trevor was supposed to be here today, and then I would have had them guys doing this, but I would have had Anthony up here. But Trevor being a bum, he knows I'm kidding. He knows I love him, so I can say that. But anyway, we'll get this rolling. Be as careful as possible. It's funny, down at the bottom there's like a 2-3 foot drop, so it was a little different. So I mean, if worse comes to worse and I slide all the way down there, it's a 2 foot drop, but that ain't gonna happen. My stabilizer on my 19-inch ladder is pretty much in the center because it's such a short climb that I had to put it down, or else the ladder wouldn't have worked. So here we go. estimates that are going out is a lot. It's a lot more than has been, and we are in the busy time, and you know, that's to be expected. But my closing percentage has gone up too. So like on the customer factor on the homepage, it tells you how many estimates gone out, and it gives you a little percentage. Ow, she's been biting. That you have to kind of, you know, it does a little percentage. So, you know, say you put out, gosh dang, say you put out like 50 to 100 estimates, it'll give you a percentage of how many you close versus how many you put out, and the amount of money and all that. So everything's been going good, but because of Jill's office, I have closed more estimates as well too, and it's also given me more opportunities, because what's going on is when I was on the roof before, and the phone rings, I wasn't getting these phone calls, and I was so busy that like you can't really stop what you're doing, you know. I mean, things will change as you get, you know, as I get off the truck. But in the meantime, I got Jill's office answering, and they're getting their emails, their names, their addresses, and what they want done, and they're putting it all in the customer factor for me. So when I get off of work, I go home, and I can send off 3, 4, 5, 6 estimates in less than an hour. You know what I mean? So, and what's been going on before was when people call you and you don't answer, they go right down the line to the next person and the next person until someone answers and gives them an answer. So the fact that I'm booked out a little bit too doesn't matter, because I had someone answer the call, a friendly voice, take their information, and they feel secure. It's like it's a weight off of their mind. You know what I'm saying? So nobody likes to have stuff on their shoulders and their mind. So when someone answers and says, yeah, we'll get to you right away, and then when I get home, I call them, they feel like, wow, this is such a professional company. You know, we called, and you know, the owner got back to me, dude. The owner called me and spoke to the owner. Hell of a guy. What a nice guy. But nah, I mean, seriously though, that's just how it works. And then, you know, sometimes I don't close them, but my closures have been going up because they're going through that whole process, and that trust and that relationship builds. And even though they got to wait 2 weeks or whatever it is, especially this time of year, they're okay with that. And then also, another reason I think that I'm closing more estimates is because confidence. And the confidence, it's like the law of attraction, right? So when you give that mindset of abundance, right, it's like you're doing them the favor. Okay, when you have that scarcity mindset and you seem desperate, customers can pick up on that. And what's going to happen, it's going to screw you twice. Either they're not going to go with you because they know you're like, they feel you're not confident. But if you're confident, they will have a better chance of picking you. And then also with the scarcity mindset, not only do they maybe think you're not confident, right? But then they're like, wait a minute, I could probably wheel and deal with this guy, get him to do it for a lot less. You know what I'm saying? Stop it, Brooklyn. And it's true though, like, it's just, and then when you have this abundance mindset, it's like, I don't want to say it's like, it's not cocky, but it's kind of like, hey, you know, hey ma'am, this is Mike from Olin's Pressure Washing. Yes, I understand you're worried about chlorine may kill your plants, and yes, we do use chlorine, and in fact, yes, chlorine will absolutely kill your plants. The thing is, what we do is we mix it to the right ratio, so when we spray it on your roof, it's not going to be coming down onto your plants. And to be extra precautious, I have a dedicated person that I hire, a ground guy, that keeps all your plants wet and neutralized throughout the whole process. If there's any danger zones where we see runoff coming into one area, we will cover those plants, highly hydrate those plants, and neutralize any chemical coming off. Before we leave your property, we will heavily rinse the roof and property and surroundings. This way, we don't have to worry about losing any sleep. Once we know that all the stuff is neutralized and gone off your roof, there's no chance for these plants to die. So I understand your concern, but we go above and beyond to make sure that doesn't happen. That's the kind of stuff you gotta be confident. Like, if you're like, well, I don't know, I mean, yeah, well, we use, you know, and you try to trick them like, oh yeah, we use sodium hypochlorite, and thinking that they might not understand, you know, they're like, I don't want you to use bleach, and you're like, no, we don't use bleach, we use sodium hypochlorite, and, you know, special chemicals. Look, you got to be straightforward. Tell them, hey, listen, yes, bleach is in our mixture. However, we're very careful. The problem is you may have some other companies that they come out, they spray the roof, and they leave. They get in and out of there in 30 minutes to an hour. That's not how we roll. We make sure the property is completely rinsed and neutralized before we leave. And, you know, the honesty helps, the confidence, all that stuff. I'm telling you, there's that book. It's called the... man, what is that name of that book? Man, what's the name of that book? Oh, well, I'll put it in the description. But it just teaches you that the abundance, you know, the abundance mindset is so important. And as you go on through time and you make mistakes and you underestimate jobs, and then eventually you get so busy your phone keeps ringing that you better be charging enough, because guess what, you're going to go out of business. I get it in the beginning. I didn't charge enough in the beginning sometimes. I mean, I did pretty good with not undercutting myself, and now I'm at a point where if someone says I'm too expensive, I'll just say, well, ma'am, I understand you may not be wanting to use our services. We might not be a good fit for you. However, you know, no hard feelings. If you ever need anything in the future, give us a call. Or if you ever have a question or anything like that, just let me know. I'd be happy to help. I love what I do. And then just leave it like that. And then who knows? Chances are they'll probably call you in the future. And guarantee you they probably wish you would have called. You know what I mean? So to close more estimates and get more estimates out there, you have to have that state mindset of abundance, because it's I don't know, it's just like an aura you give off. People want to be around you. People, you know, it's like that fear of missing out too. When you're booked 2 weeks, which I don't think is really that good of a thing. I think you need to get another truck on the road by that point. But when people realize that you're booked, you know, like, they're going to realize that you're a good company. And as you start to accumulate reviews and all that stuff, that just keeps, that's just like extra seasonings on the steak, you know what I mean? Or that maybe not be a good reference, but it's like icing on the cake, you know what I mean? And you got to be confident. And when you're too eager to sell a job, and I don't know, people can pick up on that. And not every job is, you know, not every call is going to be a customer. You know, if it's like some crazy, you got crazy oxidation and you don't feel comfortable doing it, and unless you're charging enough, I wouldn't recommend doing it. So you don't have to accept every job, and you know, because you'll get yourself in a jam, especially early on. Those types of jobs, there's so much easy money to make out there with just cleaning simple roofs and house washes and driveways even. You don't need to be getting mixed up with stuff like that. But yeah, that's how I've been closing more. It's like, yeah, I have the assistant of Jill's office, and like I said, they've been more than, you know, it ain't completely cheap, but it ain't too expensive. I don't know, I think I paid $550 last month, but that was a busy month, and like I said, I got more estimates out and my close percentage went up. So but I don't know, guys. I know I get asked that question a lot, like, what do I do? You know, I don't run any ads. I don't run any ads on Facebook or Google. You know, there is stuff I do, but I don't just give that away. And I'm not here trying to sell my document. I'm not. I could care less if people buy it or not. In fact, there's some people I won't sell it to if they're too close. Just because, you know, it's stuff that I figured out on my own. Now, I have friends in the business that I share this information with, that in my area, you know, but I'm talking about just, you know, people that don't even reach out and ask me, you know, who knows. But there's a few guys in my area that I'm really good friends with. My buddy Mark Carrero and Dan Ryan, they're great guys, man. Like, big companies too, like successful guys. I remember coming in like, whoa, you know, they've been nothing but nice to me. You know, that type of information I'd share with them, but I just don't give out my information to anyone. I give a lot of free information out, but I'm getting off track. what I'm saying is I don't run the ads, and my phone has been ringing nonstop. It ain't just because of reviews, it's other things that I do, and it's just I don't know. And if your phone rings, that doesn't mean you're going to be busy either. It means you got to still sell. And like I said, just by me being confident, not cocky, being willing to talk to people, explain my process when they're scared of the chlorine. You know, I explain it to them. Yes, it can kill it, but I explain it to them like I did earlier, and how we take the proper precautions to make sure we don't. So you want to make it seem like you're doing them the favor in a non-cocky way. You don't want to be like, oh, okay, oh, well, I'll take $50 off or anything like that, you know. So just be, you know, the holidays are coming up, and I know some of you guys probably aren't even washing right now. You may be hanging Christmas lights, you may be plowing snow, but we're in our prime time down here in sunny South Florida. So my girl's birthday is not tomorrow, but the next Tuesday. So I'm not gonna be working for a couple days. So I'm gonna get rolling. But yeah, like I said, I've been getting a lot of messages online and stuff, emails, people asking like, what do I do to, you know, close more jobs? And that's it. It's the abundance mindset. I'm telling you. There's a book. I'll put the comment. I'll link it in. But it just talks about it, and it's so true. Like, you know, naturally I'm kind of like that, and there's times where I'm not like that. And having the abundance mindset and not the poor me attitude, and people who complain about people who don't charge enough, I'm honestly getting sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of it. If you're going to complain about a $99 guy, you need to change up your whole, you need to change up everything. Because then if you're not the $99 guy and you're complaining about him, he's not a threat to you, okay? He's someone out there getting cheap customers. You got to figure out to sell yourself, sell your value. What do you do that's different? What's different about you than the guy with the mullet driving a beat down pickup truck with a 30-pack of Bud? You know what I mean? What's the difference with you guys? You know what I mean? So you got to sell yourself. Don't complain about people and their prices. It's none of your business, and they're not even in your market. So don't be that guy. Do what you can to make yourself right, okay? If you can't beat them, you got to join them. And if you ain't trying to join them, you got to figure out something. Because if you want to charge enough to make money, you know, hey, who cares? Who cares what people charge? You got to worry about you and yours, and that's it. Like I said, don't be desperate to do every job. Don't make it sound like you need it. They need you more than you need them. Remember that. Remember that, because that's the answer. You know, if they don't want to pay what you, that's fine by me. Somebody else, you know, if a customer says, well, I know someone that charges a lot less, well, I know I have clients that pay a lot more money. So that's how that's done. Anyway, guys, that book is called The Law of Attraction. I got to get rolling. But, oh yeah, these types of videos are called talking head videos, if anybody was interested. That's what they're called on YouTube, talking heads. So remember to subscribe, guys. I appreciate the support. We went over 3,000 subscribers. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. So anyway, peace out. Stay humble, keep hustling, and stay hungry. Take care. Watch these videos coming in too. Pop, pop, pop. Say bye to Brooklyn in the house.